Republicans are responsible for this disaster of COVID-19 in America. It's Republicans, Trump, in their great denial, their fraud, their lies. The denial of medical research. They're trying to block medical research, deny its findings. Trump standing there saying, it's a hoax, so it's just a hoax. And here at the time of this recording, over 300,000 Americans are dead. It's all because of Republicans. Relentlessly to remember and stick it to them. It's Republicans who did it to you. It's the Republican attitude that is responsible. It's Republicans that have embraced this denial of history, denial of facts, denial of medical research. It's Republicans who are against you. Republicans aren't for equal rights. Just look what they do. They've been trying for years, not just starting with Trump Pence. They've been starting for years to try and block you from voting. Find ways to keep you from voting. In a democratic republic that we have, such an effort isn't political, that's criminal. An effort to keep you from voting with all sorts of excuses. Oh, geez, they come up with the excuses. But they're all targeted at you. Because you vote consistently against Republicans, justifiably, because Republicans vote to continue racism and repression of you. Pretty straightforward. It's Republicans who are the enemy of America. Republicans don't like equal rights. Republicans deny women equal rights. It's Republicans who blocked legislation that would have given women the same pay as men for any job. You hear that, ladies? Your wife, your husband, are you hearing what we're saying here? Your brother, your sister, Republicans blocked women getting equal pay for any job. Pretty straightforward. It's Republicans who consistently vote to keep poisoning and polluting your air and your water. In fact, even your food. It's Republicans. Just look how they vote. It's Republicans who consistently back efforts to block gays from getting equal rights. Just look what they say, look what they do. Republicans are against you. Republicans hate America. Republicans are against this country's basis of equal rights. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. There's the foundation stone, the basis of what you say when you say, I'm an American. You're saying equal rights. And it says it right there. We the people. It doesn't say we the corporations. It doesn't say we the Christians. It doesn't say we the white people. It correctly says we the people. Whatever the American citizenry is made up versus their ethnicity doesn't matter a hoot and hell. Doesn't matter. It's equal rights throughout. So if your religion is trying to say, deny women access to abortion and birth control and try and force that into legislation to put that repression against all of you, then religion loses. Because equal rights is paramount. If your religion is trying to say, oh, no equal rights to gays, oh no, geez, oh no, our little dark age book of myths says, oh no, gee. Your religion loses. Equal rights are paramount. First thing, we the people. But all those racists, the Trump or white supremacists, I hope everybody understands, Trump is a racist. White supremacist nut. Look at all around him. Steve Bannon, Steve Miller, these wackos throughout the Republican Party. Racist. Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazis, for God's sakes. Our parents, grandparents, put their lives on the line to kill off the plague of ignorance and brutality and ignorance that was Nazi. And here they are, as existent in America? That isn't free speech. Nazis don't get free speech, folks. That's your enemy. The legacy, the agenda of that group, as well as the Ku Klux Klan, as well as white supremacy, whatever they want to say, that's against equal rights. And because of that, they're your enemy. You're justifiably to seek them out and destroy them. Because equal rights is paramount. First. But all that crap is in the Republican Party. All the racism is in the Republican Party. All the Christian fascism is in the Republican Party. Trying to say, our little book of myths, we can justify repression against others based on our little book. No, you can't. We have separation of church and state, justifiably, and it was one of the best things that the founding fathers put in to our governmental structure. That equal rights is paramount, is first. Any challenge that comes along and shows that it's based on denial of equal rights to a particular group, even though it's based on some religion, that religion loses. Equal rights is paramount. First. Just as it means you're first. Not corporations, not business. You're first. It's your air and water and food first. Any business that's poisoning your air, water, food supply, folks, they are criminals, and you close them down. Stop them. Take away their money. Strip their assets. Close them down. That's a great criminality against all of us. Poisoning our air, our water? Oh no. But all those corporations who want to keep doing that, poisoning you, they're in the Republican Party. They're the big funder of the Republican Party. And on top of it, as you see, they're not paying any taxes anyway. Amazon didn't pay any taxes. Multi-billion-dollar corporation didn't pay any taxes. Turns out over 65% of corporations don't pay any taxes. Folks, that's billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars that is avoided to coming into supporting us. We're first. We, the people. But Republican Party is against equal rights, is against clean air, clean water. Republican Party is against you getting access to health care. Republican Party has been trying. Oh boy, they've been fighting for years now. To block you from getting national health care. All of us get health care. You throw out everything of health insurance. You don't need health insurance. That's a big fraud. That was a corporate scam, a corporate middle person getting in the way to take your money and then making up excuses of why you don't get health care. You've heard the language, pre-existing conditions. That's just made up by corporations, health insurance corporations, who all support the Republican Party. And they don't want to end their criminality and self-destruction of you. So they're funding the Republican Party to say, oh no, no national health care, oh no, oh gosh, and all sorts of excuses. When national health care is the easiest, effective system, and the most direct, we all pay into it, we all get it. There isn't any qualms about, well, you need this treatment, you need that medicine, you need in the old way, right? Well, will insurance pay for it? We don't give a shit about Republican health insurance companies. That was the fraud. You get rid of health insurance companies. We all get health care. We all pay into it, we all get it. Straightforward as that. But Republicans block that effort over and over again. Republicans are against you. Republicans don't like America. They don't like your equal rights. Right? They don't want it. That's why they come up with this whole fraud of a system of lying, deceiving you, propaganda from the right wing, Fox News. And of course, the spin-off of that with the internet, the ludicrous fringe of lunacy. Boy, have you heard those ideas coming from these QAnon nuts? Wow, that is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Who believes that crap? And it's all anonymous. The QAnon stuff, it's anonymous. Who said this stuff? Who made it up? Who is responsible for coming up this Pizzagate ideas, these other grandiose frauds? It's anonymous. With the excuse that, oh geez, they can't say who they are because, oh geez, they'd come after them. Bullshit. Whenever you find out who is actually making those conspiracy theories up, putting them out on QAnon, right? Propagating them, look what you find. It's always right-wing nuts, racists, Christian fascists, lunatics. Every time. Every time. And what's sad is the American public seems to have so gullible and so, you really got to say, kind of ignorant to check credibility of information. They just willingly accept that there's got to be this big cabal. Oh boy, it's got to be. It's just, oh geez, and they're trying to keep it from you. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, it's all in the Republican Party. And its effort is to instill, just like we saw with Trump and Pence, to destroy your system of democratic republic. And they're still trying to do it. Here it's just a month or so after the 2020 election, and Trump, the idiot, is still going around trying to say somehow he won the election, and it was all those 7 million vote advantage that Joe Biden had. Somehow it was all fraud. It was all made up. There's no facts, no evidence, nothing has been presented and can be presented that validates Trump's lies. And yet there's a whole bunch of ignorant people, all Republicans, who are saying, oh yeah, oh geez, it was a fraud, oh it just couldn't have happened. It just couldn't have. Geez, that many people voted Democratic to throw out the criminal Trump? Oh gosh, surprised me. Oh God, how can it be? That's pretty weird to be able to say about the intelligent level of an aspect of your, a pretty good proportion of your population. That they're so stupid, so intentionally ignorant. And so hell-bent on, racism, Christian fascism, and, of course, not paying any taxes, being rich, and saying, oh God, vote Republican, you don't pay taxes. The whole thing. And keep poisoning and polluting the whole world. That's the Republican Party. All of it. Republicans are against you. When you get this thing going, you wake up, you quite easily see it. It's pretty evident here with Trump, Pence, and these lunatics all around him, from Rudy to Junie, the rat, batch, what do they call him? Batshit Rudy. Rudy Giuliani, but all the other Trump defenders, the Attorney General, William Barr, has no integrity. Of course, he's just a Republican clown like all of them. Wow, you're going, man, this is obviously Republican fascism. It's not anything that's based on our system of democratic republic. It consistently is showing by its effort that all it wants is to make you a slave to corporate profit. And in doing that, it wants to keep you a slave mentality instilled of racism. And it wants to keep you under the thumb of a dark age Christian fascism for justifications. Wow. The Republican Party. See, that's how you gotta keep going and keep consistently throwing out everything and everyone Republican. There's no more compromise. This government used to be kind of an idea somehow there was going to be a compromise. They put up legislation and these two parties would work somehow, compromise. But you see, Republicans don't compromise. When they got the majority in, they vote directly their line. They don't even make an attempt to compromise. And they put up these Christian wackos like that woman Barrett for the Supreme Court, or Kavanaugh, that other guy, or what was the name, Clarence Thomas, or the fool, whoever, and didn't have any legislative, judicial experience. He had no judicial experience, but he was a right-wing nut who will just say yes to every right-wing effort facing the Supreme Court. Not integrity, not constitutional and whatnot, insight. Do you see what they do? You see directly, pretty clear, obvious what you have to do. The Republican moneylenders are in the temple. You know what to do.